Problems on the beat. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. They know me very well, I ain't live no fairy tale. All the work that I put in, they know I ain't gonna tell. I keep it 100, cause all I know is real. I come from a line of hustlers, they only know the deal. They taught me how to move them quick and to play it slick. And to make sure that I watch out who I'm fucking with. Cause motherfuckers got the game fucked up. They telling no motherfuckers to get a time cut. They slaves, they biggest fear is a lawnmower. I dare a motherfucker say my name, watch how I John Doe them. I blindfold them, duct tape to hold them. They bodies eroding, exposed in acid soaking. I'm popping pills and smoking, overdosing on hydrocodone. My story keeps unfolding, a prophecy growing. I'm on a mission, but I'm bury these snitches who scared of a conviction. Leaving the scene, but I'm leaving no witnesses. I just look at it like I'm saving somebody a sentence. My name won't be mentioned, so motherfucker, let's get it. As I time to miss you, tick-tock, cause my decision will leave your fucking signage stripping. Problem on my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep.
Circle way around, but still summer square root. Aided by the streets, only objective is to chase loot. Off my own too, that's how I pivot. Street life full time, no intermittent. I ain't scared of a sentence, accusation like clue. That sycamore blue is Terre Haute and Hoosier roots. If not the troops, I lead my army through the field. Ain't gonna send the pawns march through the blood spill. I'm sold like a pill, I alter your mind state. What y'all lack is heart, fall apart to the high stakes. Do this my way, my reputation savage. When I was down, bitch, I divided up the fractions and multiplied the addicts just to get the bag up. Seem like I'm always down, this shit don't add up. You big mad, huh? How I feel that I stay loyal. Acting like my brother when you mean more to me in the soil. I'd rather smoke a foil than shake your fucking hand. Regards you little bro, so I'ma turn my back like a man. You ain't trying to see these hands just cause you can't control your bitch. Oh, I take it to the grave, I ain't never
Hey.
What is going on, everybody? Oh my gosh, is it Monday?
Oh my
is
God.
this the Monday Love Show?
I don't know, man.
I
It's
wasn't
been,
sure
like,
what was happening.
Weeks of Saturdays.
What was like? It was. We get to Sunday and then it's like, where'd Monday go? What the hell? It's already Tuesday. No show, no anything.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, welcome to another amazing Monday Love Show. Oh my God, we missed you guys. It's been a few weeks,
Yes.
a little bit of scheduling, a little bit of
But did you die?
car damage, some fender benders, some upset people.
Hi, Victoria.
Hey, just really crazy week. Sorry, guys,
Yes.
for us. Unfortunately, Miranda was in a really rough wreck a few weeks ago now, and
Yes, 3
really
weeks.
caused a whole lot of issues for her. And
3 weeks to the day.
has it really been 3 weeks? God, man, I've been so busy. Things kind of blur. Man, so,
We're back.
we're back. Man, it is crazy. It's crazy. It is for me though. It's that time of year again.
It is.
Do you
isn't
smell it? National Wrestling. Oh my God.
And you're gone.
Sweaty, BO. tons of champion kids crying. It's amazing.
Testosterone everywhere.
It's really crazy. No, I just so much stuff going on. All the adventures going on at the Thompson house. You guys haven't been over there yet. Make sure to come over. On Tuesday nights, we're going to start kicking some karaoke. I'm actually going to be hosting it for some of you guys know. I used to host it years ago, so I'm kind of stepping in, just kind of getting that ball going a little bit on Tuesday nights. So you guys can come out and hang out and have some drinks, sing some karaoke.
Is that one of the Miranda? You have to behave yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure any of it. This is a Miranda. You got to behave yourself. So
I can't help it.
But we got a really great show tonight.
We do.
I'm really excited.
Yes.
So without further ado, and with all the extra BS,
Loves
hey,
it.
on tonight's episode, we got the great
Kendall
Kendall Tucker.
Tucker.
What is going on, brother?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing great, man.
Great.
Doing great. Before we get started, man, if you want to shout out any plugs, anything you want to send out to any of your team members,
Yep.
any
names, anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, first off, I'll just go ahead and shout out the socials: Kendall Tucker Music, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm trying to get more to TikTok. I know it's important, even though I absolutely hate it. But yeah, man,
It happens.
Doing shows. So yeah, shout out to Brick Studios. That's where I record my music. He does videos, recordings. It's out of Leesburg, Florida. So shout out to Brick Studio.
Right
And,
on.
yeah.
That's awesome. So you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, Central Florida, Ocala.
Floridian, born and raised.
I was born in Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. But I moved out when I was 2. So
Okay.
pretty much
yeah.
Floridian. But all my family still lives up in Dayton, Middletown, Cincinnati,
Okay.
around that area.
Gotcha. Well, when you come up this way, if you happen to be on a Monday, just come in and guest host.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure. That'd be a great time.
Yep.
So, the story. Let's dig straight in. We're gonna get a spoon. We're gonna start. The background. Where does it start? Where are you from? Like, I know you're from Ohio, but like, where does this music start? How does this begin? What's Kendall's story?
So, to keep a long story short, one of my best friends as a kid growing up, his name's Davis Dawkins. I actually met him in church when I was 5 years old and he was 6 years old. So we met Sunday morning when we were super young, and we grew up together. He was a year ahead of me, so my senior year of high school, he was already out of high school.
Okay.
And he started hanging out with the wrong crowd and got in some trouble. And when he got done, he said, "Hey, I kind of want to give my testimony so other kids don't get in trouble and do what I did." So he said, we should do some music together. So I said, "Dude, I'm white. I don't rap. Like, I'm not independent." So I was like, "Dude, I'm white. I don't." He's like, "Dude, I'll write your lyrics for you." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I mean, you write my lyrics. I'll see if I can do something." So we thought we were good. We were complete garbage, but we thought we were good. And
You had to grow into it. Yeah, you had to mature into it.
I look back now and I'm like, oh gosh. But that's kind of how we got started. We would go around to churches and public schools, and Davis would give his testimony on what he did, and then we would perform 2 or 3 songs and kind of give hope to youth out there and kind of let them know, like, hey, this is a direction y'all want to take. So when I first got started, we were doing a lot of church shows. So I was doing more of like the Christian rap type stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of like Ray and Andy Mineo, Reach Records, a lot of those big guys over there. But that's how I got started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And, you never know who's going to just quickly, briefly come in and out of your life and who's going to actually stay.
Mm-hmm.
So those that stay, the loyalty is a huge thing.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
So does he still write your lyrics?
No. So I know he won't mind me talking about him because it was all over the news. But my buddy, he was actually supposed to enter the police academy. his mom and dad were both cops.
Oh.
And what he did was he started hanging out with the wrong crew, and he ended up robbing a internet cafe.
Oh,
And
shit.
Wow.
and he got shot a couple times. And the guy that talked him into doing it, he got shot a couple times. Luckily, they both lived. But when we started doing this music thing, he was out on bail, and we started doing the music, and he was out for about a year and a half, and then he got locked up. He was looking at like 15, 20 years. He ended up only getting 4 years.
Wow.
But when he got locked up, I was like, hey, I'm on my own. So I started writing my own lyrics. I started writing them my own a little bit before he got locked up. He only wrote the first couple songs until I was like, hey, I think I can do this myself. But when he got locked up, obviously I had to go do my solo thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing good. He's out now. He's got a family of his own. He's a family man, working man, and he's doing real good for himself.
That's awesome. That's a great turnaround.
As long as they don't get stuck in it, some people get stuck in that rut where it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? You just got out.
Over and over. It's a vicious cycle for some.
I had a friend that got a tattoo by his buddy that went into jail and would not let anybody finish his tattoo. And like, he was so excited. The dude got out of jail and he's like, oh my God, I can finally get this done. And the dude went back into jail that same weekend.
Oh
He
my
was so
God.
I'm like, dude, there is other artists that are they're not locked up, man.
Okay, so speaking of not being locked up, what is your take on what happened in Texas?
It's Texas as far as what?
The Scott or
Yeah,
Travis Scott concert.
Travis Scott concert where they
I don't like to talk about things I don't know a lot of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and it's horrible what happened. But I didn't even know it was in Texas. I knew it was Astro World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew there was casualties. Some people said no, he stopped the show multiple times. And then some people said, oh, he watched them die and didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into it enough to speak on it. It's a tragedy what happened.
Absolutely.
Hey, man.
Absolutely.
I agree, man.
Here's my thing. In 2015, he did the same thing and had a crowd surge. And he didn't get in trouble. And people got injured. Nobody died. In 2017, he did the same thing. Had him do a crowd surge.
You got to look at what the injuries were at the
Right.
other one. No, we looked it up.
Okay.
They were like it wasn't. It was when you have that big of a show. It was kind of a common injuries. People getting. It wasn't like this where they're getting stompled and trampled.
Well,
it was a little bit different.
The youngest just died today. She was 9.
Yeah, number 12, unfortunately, the 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Which honestly, at the same time, don't get me wrong, this is huge tragedy. But if you're at a concert with 50,000 people in that kind of
Environment.
there's got to be a little bit of a, hey, parent, your kid should not be in this. Or at least be on your shoulders or
Up off the
whatever.
ground.
I would, and that's my own personal, and I know people that put their kids and they love music and I'm all about it, but they also are not putting them in a 50,000 person crowd.
Right.
So, and at the same time, being an artist that's on stage, that's sitting back there, I know with the technical level that Travis Scott's at, he's got in-ear monitors. You're not hearing shit that's happening. And if you see and you never know. Social media is a scary place because you've got people posting shit that's not even relevant. You got people showing other shows that show. It's like, that's not even the same damn show. What are y'all talking about? So I agree. I think unfortunately, they'll investigate, and he has not. He has stepped up and said he's paying for everybody's funerals.
Yep.
He's paying for injuries. He's I think if I remember right, he's refunding all the people's tickets from the event.
Yeah. He's
and
definitely
unfortunately, and look, if you look at it with all the lights and, I could just imagine being on stage, in-ear monitors, that many people squished together doing
elevated. Yeah, he's so far elevated.
And there's videos where you can see that the crowd's so much that they're just wiggling.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I would hope at the level that Travis Scott is, I by no means do I think he purposely did it. Now, the fact that he has done things like this in the past, you know, I think there should be some sort of repercussion. But
Yes.
you know, at his you know, because I would hate, you know, just being
Him
who
going
I
to,
am.
him
I would
going
be
to the
so
after-
upset that somebody got hurt on one of my events.
He went to the after party, so I genuinely think that he didn't know at that point in time.
Yeah, they said that there was so much going on that they didn't even know what was happening. But and then you get other people say, "Oh well, he stopped the show," and there's video of them stopping the show, and they're saying this is what they're not wanting you to see. They want to see that, and I believe it. The way media plays
And twists and
twist everything, media, if it's not drama, they don't want it. You know, you know, it's that whole thing. Like, I think I've said on the show a few times, if they remove the labels, they wouldn't be able to use the color factor to start shit. You know, like just for example, not saying, you know, instead of a black man killed by corrupted white cop, a man killed by cop, or a man killed by corrupted cop. It take, you know, how the
Take
media
the
play,
label,
they're,
yeah.
and they will never do that because that doesn't sell and that doesn't control people. It keeps it.
No,
you know.
because drama is what sells,
Yeah.
and negativity is what
So
people
sorry
thrive
for
on.
that random that that went on its own little tangent, brother.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I agree with y'all.
Bring it back. Roll it back in.
So you're in Florida. When did this fully just hardcore become what you want to do? That you're wanting to run into the future. This is my career. I'm stepping out. You know, this is no longer a hobby or, you know, singing on the side. When did this become your dream? This is what I want to do.
Your career.
Yeah.
I would say I started taking it more serious about 3 years ago. So, like I said, I got started doing rap in a lot of churches and stuff. And to this day, I keep all my music clean.
That's
I wouldn't
respectful though,
necessarily-
dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it like all church music. Like I wouldn't do all the songs of churches, but I like to keep my music clean. And
But that
I
opens
see
you
a
up.
lot.
That opens you up to a broader spectrum because you get to have the families and everything come.
Exactly. And I've because my music's clean, I was given the opportunity to do the halftime show for Miami Heat.
Nice.
And when they asked, they're like, "Oh, do you have any clean music?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do all of it." Like, so when you're clean, and then you don't have to go do radio edits.
Yep.
You don't have to do. So my music, when I drop it, it's ready for radio. It's ready for family shows. It's ready for halftime shows, whatever. I don't have to censor anything. So
That's awesome, man.
so that's how
choice.
I got started. But I've seen a lot of success in my rap. I mean, I've done shows with Lil Wayne. I performed with T-Pain at the Mandalay Bay. I've done Boosie, Plies, Ace Hood. I mean, you name them. I've done shows with them. Trick Daddy. But I was always, even when I was rapping, I would always listen to country music.
Yeah.
So the only reason I never did country music because I never thought I could sing country.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll just stick with this rapping. And then when my dad passed 3 years ago, he passed a couple days after his birthday, September 27th. He was really big into country, and I think I started pushing myself to do more country stuff at first, and I think it was because it was something I could relate to with him.
Okay.
Even though I grew up in the country, I listened to country music, so it wasn't something like, oh, I'm faking it, and now I want to go country because my dad. It was something that naturally came to me, but I feel like that's kind of what pushed me more in that direction towards country. So that's kind of how that got started.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
So I would say 2-3 years ago is when I really started taking it serious, and because when I switched over to the more country aspect, that's when my career started, really
peaking,
going up.
starting to peak up.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So you've listed off, a good number of shows that you've done and with whom. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened in an event or show?
Most embarrassing. I've had a couple.
There it is. He's
Trying to think of. I did this one event, which it was. I guess it wasn't embarrassing at the time because I didn't know about it, but I had these shorts on and my zipper was all the way down, and I seen people in the crowd going like this, like this. I didn't know what that meant, and it was an Easter show, and there was a lot of people there, and I seen people going like this. I didn't know what they meant, and then when I got off show, they're like, "Hey, bro, your zipper's down." Like,
Oh my
it was eye level with everybody, and it wasn't one of those things where you could barely see. It was like open. So I was like blessed to have underwear on that day, and but I would say that's probably it wasn't embarrassing during the time because I didn't know.
Right,
After,
right.
I
Was you
like,
was you
wow.
thinking it was a dance move? Like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, they're turning up. Yeah. No, they were kind of telling me to pull my zipper up. So that's probably the top one. I'm like, and then I've seen pictures later on, and clear as day in the pictures, I could see my zipper. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's the best one. That's one of the best ones without having Fireball involved.
Ooh,
Unless there was Fireball involved. That happens a lot.
what about the Brawl?
The what?
The Brawl, it may not be embarrassing.
Oh yeah. that wasn't embarrassing. That was kind of just like, whoa. Like you talking about the brawl that was thrown at me on stage?
I believe your wife's throwing you under the bus.
Yeah. Oh, my wife's on here?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I can't see who's on.
Yeah, my stuff's not working.
No, I did a show with Colt Ford.
Oh, sweet.
What was that? Oh, Colt Ford?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a show with Colt Ford, and there was almost 6,000 people there. It's 5,800 in the crowd.
Wow.
And that was probably one of the funnest shows to date I've done. But yeah, I had a brawl thrown at me on stage, and I looked down and kind of looked at it. I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just kicked it to the side. I didn't know, should I pick it up? Should I twirl it? Should I throw it? And I'm like, my wife is right there. I'm like, I think I'll just kick it to the side. So
Safety.
But no, it was supposedly that's a famous brawl, is what I was told. Supposedly it's been thrown at Willie Nelson. It's been thrown at all these different huge country artists. So supposedly somehow she gets it back every time. I don't know.
That is hilarious. Just sign your name on it.
Yeah.
Throw it back.
Autograph.
Throw it back.
Whoever wants it, there you go.
Exactly. But yeah, that was fun.
So you know, more of a kind of a technical side of the process you go through when you're going through now that you're singing more and rapping and you're mixing all this together. What is the workflow process of going into the studio? Do you have your guys producing music and you go, man, that's awesome, or hey, I got this feel, and you guys kind of all collab, or how do you guys do it?
Yeah, so I've always been a solo artist. This past year, I recently put a band together.
Okay.
I was used to it just was me and a DJ and a hype man.
Okay.
So this past year, now I have a drummer. King Dom is what he goes by, and then Michael on the guitar, and then DJ Lex Live. So now I got a full band set. We have been talking about getting together and actually producing the beats ourselves.
Yeah.
But with everyone's schedule in the band, it seems like it's nearly impossible to get together unless it's like days we do shows or tour dates. And like my guitarist, he's a correctional officer, and then my DJ, he owns a barber shop. So it's just different scheduling for everybody. So every time we talk about getting in the studio together, it's like, oh my God, it takes like an act of God to get there.
Right.
So right now I just use specific producers like Big Wheel. He does a lot of stuff for Average Joe's. I use a couple different producers. They send me beats and then I'll write. For me personally, I don't like going into the studio writing. I prefer writing at home by myself or at my office. And I'll write my music and I'll get it all down, practice it, and I'll go into the studio, lay it down. And when I lay it down, I send it out to my guys, and then they learn it.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have to hear the beat, or would you find the beat to the lyrics?
I always find the beat first, and actually the beat is pretty much what tells me what to write about. There's been a couple times I've had like, I want to do a song about this, and then I go looking for a beat for it, but for the most part, when I listen to the beat, that's when the lyrics come. So the beats are a big inspiration to me when it comes to writing music. It kind of paves the way of what I'm going to write about.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I like that process.
So where are we at with your shows? Where you got some big shows you'd like to talk about coming up, or projects you want to talk about?
Yeah, we just got off tour. We did a tour. We played Nashville, and then we went to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and then we played Columbus, Ohio, and then down to North Carolina and back. We've got another tour run we're wanting to do, but I think we're gonna wait till like February because of the holidays.
Mhm.
So right now we're kind of keeping it easy. The rest of the year, we've got a couple fundraisers to do. They booked us to come perform at a couple holiday events during Christmas, but nothing too big right now. But we'll be announcing a tour run.
Nice.
So I know Memphis, Tennessee is one of the spots, and Kansas City. They contacted us, so it'll be in the work. We'll probably announce it in January and probably do the run in February or March.
Okay.
How does that feel to you when other places that maybe you haven't heard of, or maybe you really wanted to go there, they reach out to you and they're like, "Hey"?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's one of those things where you never really think you would get there. I've been doing this since my senior year. I mean, more even a little bit before my senior year, probably 2011. I've been doing music, and that's many years of free shows, spending my gas, going out, doing everything.
Right.
Yep.
And, the fact that I got to the point of now people are actually hitting me up and saying, "Hey, how much?" and they want to book me and a full band live, and it's on the other side of the country. It's kind of a surreal thing, you know.
It's great, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're out of some of the places. What's one of your favorite venues that you performed at? Like, if you had the opportunity to go anywhere again, where would that be?
You know, Mebane, North Carolina,
Okay.
Whiskey Sours. It was a smaller venue. I think it was like a 200 or 250 cap.
Okay.
But that was really cool because it was a paid event, and people actually paid to come out and see us, and we come all the way from Florida, and we packed the house, and
Nice.
they showed a lot of love there. So that was a fun place. Shaker's Public House in Columbus, Ohio. That was pretty fun. Trying to think, there's a few different ones, but those two. And then the first stop on tour was the Tin Roof in Nashville. So just to be able to play, that's pretty cool. There's been a lot of people that's played there, so to be able to play there with a few different people was exciting too.
That's great, man.
So, who have you not played with yet that you really want to either get their attention or be on a show with them or something to that effect?
There's both sides. I would really like to do a show with Nelly.
Okay.
Listen,
Did not expect that.
I used to listen to Nelly all the time, and now he's doing a lot more of the country stuff too, and he's on tour with Jimmy Allen, and I've been talking with Nelly's management. There's nothing in stone or anything, so but I've been talking with them about possibly trying to do something with Nelly. But as far as the country side of things goes, I think it would be cool. I'm trying to think of the different styles, but I think my rap style, my country rap style, I think I could do a show with like a Brantley Gilbert and still, because Colt Ford does a lot of stuff.
I
with
could
Brantley
see
Gilbert,
that.
so
I could
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
see that.
I would like to do. I mean, of course, you're in country, you're gonna say, oh, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, all these guys, and that would be cool too. But
Right.
I think our styles, I think me opening for a Brantley Gilbert crowd, I think that'd be a good show.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
think that would be spot on. I would have to agree with that. Yep. Good call.
So if you was able to do a show with any artist, dead,
Ooh.
what? If you had one choice out of anyone that's passed away, country, rap, rock, blues, whatever the case may be, who would that be?
I don't know how well our styles would match, but I would like to do a show with Johnny Cash. I like Johnny.
Okay.
Nice.
So I think he was a phenomenal songwriter. I don't think he had the best voice, so I think I can kind of relate. So
Man, you got good stuff, man. Don't
You
be
do have good stuff.
don't be holding yourself down, man. You're good,
So-
dog.
so he but no, I like Johnny Cash. I think it would be cool to meet him and have done a show with him.
Okay.
That's
I really want to work with a legend before they pass. Like it seems like all the legends there'll be new legends pop up and come up obviously, but like
They're
like a
starting.
Willie Nelson.
Yep, they're dwindling off.
Yeah, like a Willie Nelson. I'd love to do a song with Willie Nelson. Just one of these older guys and mix our two styles. I think it'd be so cool.
I could see you with George Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
I could see that. Okay. Yeah. So a whole different branch. With the way, and I have this conversation with different artists at different times. With the way technology's changed, you know, back in the days when a group came up, they came up. You know,
Yeah.
like you're saying, the legends are kind of falling off, and I think groups come up, but I don't feel like it's the same thing as back when, you know, 20, 30 years ago, when a group made it, everybody knew them. And
Yeah.
now it kind of falls under the oversaturation of people saying they're artists and this. And don't get me wrong, everybody starts somewhere. I'm not saying that, but I do feel like, you know, you go in and you look up country rap, sometimes you got to dig through some people before you get to, ooh, this is fucking good.
Yes.
And sometimes it's like, ooh, you know, it's on the edge of really bad hip hop and try to label themselves country rap when there's really great artists. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, do you feel like, because you said that, you know, there'll be other ones come up. I feel like with the way everything's laid out these days, that it's going to be fewer and farther between for legends to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Tom Pettys, the big name monster groups.
Yeah.
I feel like because of the oversaturation and the way, you know, record labels aren't making the money like they used to.
Exactly.
So the game is so different. Do you think that we'll still see that big level as times go?
You know, that's a good question. I see exactly where you're coming from because it's crazy because there's so many big names out there that you and I never even heard of because
Right.
of social media, like you said. So it's funny because I was riding in the car with my brother and we were talking about rappers like that we used to listen to a lot of, and we mentioned T-Pain and we were talking about T-Pain and because I was like, man, I'd like to get T-Pain on a country song. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him, but it's funny because my brother-in-law is 21 or 22, and I mentioned T-Pain to him, and he didn't even know who T-Pain was. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, how do you not know who T-Pain was? But the funny, T-Pain is huge in my eyes because I grew up on listening to him, and he's big, but T-Pain is not the Elvis, Michael Jackson, Johnny
Right.
Cash. He's not so I think that's a really good question because we'll
Yeah.
have a lot of T-Pains, but I don't know if we'll ever.
Yeah, I think it really takes away from having those super groups, you know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I'm throwing Journeys and Chicago's and, you know, I'm kind of on one end, but Tupac, you know,
Absolutely.
NWA, Ice Cube.
And
market's different because
Absolutely.
because there's so many artists.
Absolutely, and you can record a song on your phone and
label
nowadays,
it a song.
Yeah,
And, you know.
and so it's again back with the oversaturation.
And I think it is as much as I think, man, technology is awesome. I have my master's in media arts and science. I love technology. I love the creative side. But I do think that because somebody can take their phone and make an album, and it takes away the quality and this, and it just, you got people, recording, and it's not bad because you do get some great shit in the mix, but so much shit to get to the quality. And I think it's hurting all genres. I think, as much as it's helping, like, oh man, everybody could do this. But at the same time, like you said, we got 100 T-Pains and no Tupacs.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I just want you hit that note. Hey, I got an idea since we kind of went off and we're eating through the time. Can we go ahead and play his song, Wyatt?
Oh yeah.
So before we get this fully playing, can you give us a little bit of a background? It's called Letter to Heaven. Can you explain a little bit of it?
Yeah. I wrote this song. Obviously, I wrote the song after my dad passed. This was one of the first ones I put out. So this song is dedicated to him. But I was blessed enough to have Craig Campbell on the song, and it was funny because literally a year before we put that song out, I was in the car with my wife and we were listening to Craig Campbell on the radio, and I'm like, man, I would like to see a Craig Campbell show. Like, Craig Campbell's one of my favorite country. To this day, I think he's the most underrated country singer to live right now.
Okay.
And he has hit after hit after hit. But I was telling her that, and fast forward a year later, now I'm at his house shooting a music video with him, and it was a really cool moment. We met at a show that he got booked in Ocala. We just started talking backstage, and I drove him to the airport the next morning, and we kicked it off. And now we have this song, and then we actually have another song dropping here in a couple months. That's like a party anthem song that a lot of people will like it.
Anytime you drop anything, tag us. When you're in and tagging your people, tag us and we'll put it on our page.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
So everybody out there, here is Letter to Heaven by Kendall Tucker featuring Craig Campbell.
I'ma send this letter up to heaven. I hope it reaches you. I'ma send this letter up to heaven. I really wanna talk to you. Wanna tell you about my daughter, man. I know she'd make you smile. So I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause Dad, you know it's been a while.
I guess I'll start by saying, dear Dad, I really miss you and hate that you're gone, but I ain't mad. Your granddaughter's getting big, that's my little girl. She's got dimples and a smile that could light up the world. The second that I seen her, I cried me some tears of joy, 'cause I felt how you felt when you first held your little boy. Down here without you, Dad, it really ain't the same. But the family's doing good, so we really shouldn't complain. Mama's doing good, don't worry, she's holding up. Fighting cancer's never easy, but you know Mama's tough. And Mitchell's working hard, trying to launch his alarm. And meanwhile, he dropped a book dedicated to you and Mom. And Austin finished school, and he's now considered a doctor. He's still making you proud, leading them sheep as a pastor. As for me, the music thing is really starting to pop. You told me not to quit, so you know that I'll never stop.
I'ma send this letter up to heaven.
Hell yeah.
I hope it reaches you. I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause I really wanna talk to you. I wanna tell you about my daughter, man. I know she'd make you smile. So I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause Dad, you know it's been a while.
That's enough about us, tell us what heaven's like. How you feeling? Are you running or riding a bike? So many years of feeling sick, I'm glad you're feeling better. Truth is, that's the only thing getting me through this letter. Sometimes I call your phone to hear you on the other line. I know you can't pick up, but it gives me a peace of mind. I like to sit down and reminisce on the past, like all the times we joke around and sit there and laugh. And if I never told you before, let me tell you now. You were my hero and Papa, you made me proud. I'm trying to be the same dad as you were to me. Every game, play, or practice, you know I'll be there for Kinley. I love you, Dad, and this is a letter telling you that. Thank you for being there and always having my back. I guess it's that time to go ahead and send up this letter. But it's never a goodbye, it's only a see you later,
I'ma send this letter up to heaven. I hope it reaches you. I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause I really wanna talk to you. I wanna tell you about my daughter, man. I know she'd make you smile. So I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause Dad, you know it's been a while. I'ma send this letter up to heaven. I hope it reaches you. I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause I really wanna talk to you. I wanna tell you about my daughter, man. I know she'd make you smile. So I'ma send this letter up to heaven. 'Cause Dad, you know it's been a while.
First question. First question.
Great song, man. Great song.
How long did it take you to be able to get through the song and not be emotional?
Oh man, yeah, that song took a while to write, bits and pieces, and I still remember performing it for the first time on stage, and that was hard, and it still is hard to perform on stage sometimes because, like the show I did with Colt Ford, I got really emotional. I had a lot of family there. It was a huge crowd, and you wish you could be there, but I actually just performed that. I got the opportunity to perform that with Craig live at the barn in Sanford a couple weeks ago. So that was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Great
And it's cool too because he's one of my favorite artists, and I actually wrote that hook. So to have one of your favorite artists singing what you wrote,
that's so awesome.
That is, that's cool.
He wrote the hook for the next song coming out. So
that's great, man. It's a really good song. It was well made, well recorded, good video, dude. That's awesome, man. All the
Absolutely.
way. Yeah, that's really great, man. I really dig it. So, what's next song? What do you got getting ready to come out the corridor? I think I kind of started asking that earlier, but
I've got a. So when we perform, I got this one song. We save it for the very end because it's kind of like a rock country vibe, and it's kind of like our grand finale.
Right.
And every time I get off stage, people are like, "Hey, where can I find that song? Where can I find?" And it's not out yet. So I kind of tease the people, but we just shot half the music video a couple of days ago. The only reason it's not done yet is because Bez Believe is on the song, and I've got to meet with Bez in the video.
Good luck. Good luck. We've had him on the show, kind of.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we had
you have to see it because like he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here to do the interview," and then he's
at the airport.
Like he just takes off walking, and it's like the phone sitting down, and it's like we could like cancel and come back.
Yeah, we can reschedule.
Yeah, it's funny. He just posted. He tagged me in an event.
Oh, did he?
At the Thompson House.
Okay.
In Kentucky.
Yeah, New Year's.
Yeah, my venue that I could keep talking to everybody is the Thompson House in Indianapolis. And he tagged.
I was wondering if it was the same Thompson House.
Yeah, a couple people asked. I was like, "What?" And then I started looking, and then all of a sudden, I had a Best Believe tagged me in an event that he's doing there. I think somewhere around Christmas, and it was like. That's the Thompson House. And he tagged the Thompson House, my Thompson House. And so he's like, wrong Thompson House, buddy. You're tagging the wrong place. Now, I said, we're doing shows, but
wrong
we're the wrong one, buddy.
Yeah.
So now it was like, that was funny. But yeah, I gotta figure that one out. We're really close to be pushing on the same envelope and having the same names,
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I have no control of the name of the venue. I just bring in the acts.
So I want to do a couple shout outs real quick. Victoria, what's up?
Jay Bird, let's go Brandon.
Hey, Amy, Kara, Kentucky Music Mafia.
What's up, guys? I ain't seen y'all in
Stay
a while.
in the house. Man. Hi, Austin. Hi, Amy.
Hey, Austin. Is
hey,
that the
AJ.
same Austin?
Yes.
Sorry, mine.
Well, that's why I gave you my phone.
Well, I noticed. I was like, oh, well, good thing to work out the bugs out of my new little Chromebook thing. I should just use my other laptop.
So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, let's say that there becomes a new normal with COVID.
I think it's slowly drifting away.
Where would you like to be?
Yeah.
In 5 years.
I've got Governor DeSantis, so we're pretty much normal around here. But we no, I see still. If you would have asked me that 5 years ago from today, I wouldn't have said where I'm at now. So
right.
I really I see myself touring, putting out new music, more videos. There's a lot of people I want to collaborate with. I've collaborated with a lot of artists that the music has not dropped yet. So I need to, I've got songs with Petey Pablo. I got a song with Haystack. I've got songs with Big Smo. I got stuff I need to put out.
What
What
are
are
you
you
waiting,
doing?
dude? You got some home runners there, man. Oh my God, yeah, for sure,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, I've got some other ones that we're working on that will be even bigger. So in 5 years, I see a lot of collaboration with different artists and doing more shows and getting out there. It's it's funny because one move like that Letters to Heaven song we just listened to. When I dropped that song, I kind of dropped it more for myself because the message behind it was just something I wanted to do. And I got Craig on it, and it meant a lot to myself. But when I dropped it, I wasn't really trying to push it. I didn't put a dime into that song. Like my friend shot the video. I got the beat for free. I got the feature for free. I didn't put a dime into that song, and I didn't even push the song.
Right.
I dropped it, and then I'm sitting at my office. I'm sitting at the desk like 3 weeks later, and I'm like, man, I wonder if that song ever did anything. So I clicked my Spotify for artists, and I look, and it said I had 100,000 monthly listeners, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, this just said 36. Like, I was like, this does not make sense. I ran into my brother's office. I'm like, man, dude, check this out. I was like, this crap says 100,000 monthly listeners. That does not make sense. So obviously, when it's hot, it's listeners are higher. But ever since I dropped that song, my listeners haven't gone down. I mean, it's lower than 100,000, obviously. But when I seen it hit 100,000 streams in its first month, I was like, whoa. So
it brings some light to it. It brings some reality to what you're doing. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So something did that, and then my inbox was blowing up. People from Sweden, people from Germany, people just relating to the song. So that kind of motivated me. And even that thing that happened to me right then, that changed my 5-year plan. I'm like, oh, okay. So even little things like that could change. But yeah, 5 years from now, I just keep grinding, keep pushing, doing more shows, writing more music, and
Dropping music.
Oh my God, drop that stuff.
Yes.
It kind of rewind with what you said. So you're surprised. Does it change your vision when you see that there's 100,000 viewers or listeners? Does it change like, oh, do I need to produce more music like this? Do I need to, how did that change anything when you started seeing those kind of numbers, like your mindset and your process? Because I know for me, it would be like, there we go. There's the combination. Wow. Look at what
now
we're
replicate.
Doing. I mean, and then that happens in industries. You go back to Creed. I'll throw that out there. Not everybody, oh God, fucking Creed. But if you listen to their old shit, Creed was hard. It was a whole different experience. But then as soon as they did with Arms Wide Open, the record label did their little, oh, look how much money we made.
Yep.
Ooh, let's do that again.
Yes.
So, but I mean, did that change when you looked at that and go, okay, this can really happen? Wow. How did that affect you?
Well, that was one of the first like country records when I switched them over from just hip hop, just rap to country. Yeah. That was one of the first, so that made me think. And like you said, there's a lot of very talented country rappers out there, but there's also a lot of trash, like a lot of garbage, and that's why I had people telling me, dude, you need to do country rap when I was doing the rap stuff, and I'm like, dude. I Googled it and I was like, there's no way. That's just like a group of people with no rhythm.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between Jelly Roll and
absolutely
AZ. I mean, really. I mean, not try, but I mean, there's a huge gap as far as talent and experience and the craftsmanship. I think there's some people that could do more, but because their lack of education in that stuff makes their final product, like they rush it. Like, stop rushing that shit. Put out quality.
Yes.
Because people are going to see that one suck-ass song that you sat there and pushed out really, really quick, that the mix is terrible, the master sucks, you had some broken microphone on your drums, but you put it together, but that sucks. But really, you're much better than what you put out.
And there's some people that just get, I don't know if it's luck or I don't know what, like, there's some songs that they'll have a crap ton of views, and it's like, man, this song's garbage. Like,
They buy 'em.
I don't want to start. I don't want to start no country rap beef or anything.
Oh
on
no,
the
no,
podcast.
you don't even.
Oh,
get,
no, not at all, not at all. That's not what I was
let
going.
me clarify something. His comment about AZ just twisted into I killed his cat.
Did he say that?
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought I missed it. No, it was an artist early on, and definitely not. I don't feel like I feel everybody starts somewhere. I mean,
Yes.
you're like you're saying, your high school raps are not the same as what you're doing now. But it's sometimes character and how people treat other people, and after so many times of trying to be respectful, and and you still keep getting crap thrown. And by no means, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, because you know what? We're all artists. We're all here to network. We're all here to work together.
Absolutely.
To bring us all up together.
Absolutely.
And that's a rough thing in the country. I mean, I think it's in a lot of, but it seems like the country rap scene, there's a huge, like, there's some battles and it's like, man, it's not really,
You ain't Pac and you ain't Biggie.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I get it if, it's West Coast, East Coast, but, when it's just some little, it's like, man, throw that bullshit away. You're wasting time that you could be spending in, working on that higher quality
He tells
stuff.
me this all the time. Miranda.
I did just say that, didn't I? But I mean, I really do feel, that it really changes how people view. And if you and like, we click on your song, and if it's crap, that's, that first appearance, I always say, first time you meet, that first impression is really viable, and it goes along with your music. It goes along with everything. So, if I looked you up and was like, Kendall Tucker, and hell no. But then, but when I see, it's like, man, that shit's good. Yeah, he's working some really good people. Hell yeah, let's reach out, and completely respectful. You're dude, I am so glad you made it on the show.
Me too.
This has definitely been a great interview.
Absolutely. And it was like pushed. So it was building up.
So
So like, is it happening? Yes, I should have told you earlier.
where are we on time? Make sure.
Hi, Victoria.
So are we going about 10 minutes over since we were a little behind, Wyatt? Yep. Okay. Got the thumbs up. We're good.
Sweet.
So, where are we at? I had another question. You want to roll for a second? Damn it! What
Yeah.
was I? Oh my god! Did I have it written
So,
down?
what would you do if at, let's just say, 16 years old, your daughter comes to you and she wants to come into the music industry?
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
I want to support anything she wants to do. I would hope she would. Someone just asked me this question actually, and I said, well, as long as she don't get into pop. I said, if she wants to do country, I would proudly support that. But I'm like, man, I would hate to see my daughter in pop, because it seems like, I don't know, I don't agree with a lot of these girls that are in the pop.
Right. But if she brought her character and what you've raised her with,
True.
then the genre wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Look at Miley Cyrus. I mean, think about it. Seriously. Okay, when we're talking about, do you even know who she is?
Yeah.
I'm so messing with you.
I was like, what?
I'm so messing with you, talking about the age difference and the gap. She has her own little empire, and there's a lot of people that don't know who she is.
Yeah.
So if she could find her niche.
Well,
I hope my daughter's empire is a little bit different than Miley Cyrus's empire, but I would definitely help her build whatever her goal is. See her succeed in what she wants to do.
Wouldn't that be amazing though, if she did come into country and you guys could do songs together?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
kind of like Struggle and his daughter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're killing it.
I think
Yes.
Jelly and Bunny sitting there doing some videos. I cracked up with that. Anyway, way out of subject. So I know we're getting kind of later on the time. Again, if you have any shout outs, any plugs, I know we did at the very beginning, any last minute,
How can we get a hold of you?
yeah, booking information for, cause
Yeah, just my social medias. You can send me a DM on there or email kendalltuckermusic@gmail.com. I got the new single coming out. Well, I actually got a new single dropping on the 20th. We dropped the music video. It's called Into These Arms, featuring Rick Lynn, another guy that lives local. We did another song together that did really well. It did hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok. It's called 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
Go check that out. We actually did that in memory of the 13 soldiers that was killed overseas. And we had, out of the 13, I believe, either 10 or 11 of the families reached back out and said they loved the song.
That's awesome.
So we and every dime we make off that, or every dime that is made from streaming or purchasing that song, we're donating to the 13 families.
That's awesome, man.
So
That's
go
really
stream
great
that.
cause.
Go check that out on YouTube. It's a really, really well done music video. We shot in a military cemetery,
Okay.
and so go check that out. And then I got the new single that'll be dropping here hopefully in the next month, hopefully December. Come See Me, featuring Bez Believe.
Nice.
And that's a good song.
Okay. We got to definitely make sure to tag us in those, because we'll send it out to all of our viewers and things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. I think we're getting right there in the
Okay.
nitty gritty.
Is there anything that we have not asked you that you think we should have asked you?
I think you guys do a great job.
Well, thank you, man. I definitely
you.
appreciate it, and thank you for working with us and getting on our show. If you could hang tight with us as we wrap up, we're going to do a promo piece afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah, man,
That's awesome.
really great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, make sure to tag us. We'll send all your stuff out on all of our, because we have several different platforms that
Yeah.
we share to. We usually can get out to about 20,000 people.
Yep.
Now if they all listen or click on it, that's Facebook will change the algorithm tomorrow. Be like, that was 200 people yesterday. Why is it 2 today?
It was working.
So all right. So we're gonna go through our final little thing here.
Yeah.
So,
we might as well switch that up.
I
Shit,
know.
it's been so long.
I know it's crazy. Missing a few weeks kind of threw me off.
Thank you so much.
So if you hang
for
tight
spending
with
an
us-
hour with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate y'all.
So getting down to our nitty gritty for all the podcast video needs, make sure to get a hold of Wyatt
Right.
here at Wave One Media. He is doing such a great job down here. We're right down off the circle. We got people come up and listen to our shows. He's got shows going on all day. He's got a bank vault if you want to look real gangster in a video.
Yep.
So many things. So make sure to get a hold of Wyatt at Wave One Media.
Yep.
For all your graphic needs, make sure to get a hold of me at JK Multimedia Productions. We can do graphics, motion graphics, video, audio. We can record your band. We can do your websites. They got coders on sitting there waiting for work, guys. So make sure any of your shirts, and my printer should be coming in, so we will be fully adding the addition of shirt production. So make sure any of those needs to get a hold of me at JK Multimedia. And before I forget, make sure to hit me up and follow the shows that I got going on Indy's newest music venue, the Indy Thompson House, the Thompson House.
Yes.
I'm adding some words there. We got new shows coming up. We have our
Karaoke tomorrow.
our karaoke night every Tuesday night now, starting, hosted by your very own truly, KJ, Joe Kemp, whatever I'm going to go by on that one. Joe Ballsdaw. That's where I was more or
There
less
you
wanted
go.
to go.
Yeah.
But make sure to hit me up if you're out here in Indy, you want to hang out at the Thompson House every Tuesday night. I'll be there, and then we'll be aiming for the future. We've got tons of shows. We still have great shows now. We just had Crust on there. It was a Bon Jovi experience.
Nice.
Got tons of stuff happening. Just make sure you get a hold of the Thompson House and me, and we will make sure it works. And if you're artists and you're looking for a place to come through and you're touring, I'm contacting
One-off.
multiple artists now. So just get a hold of me if you got anything going on. See what we can do to work with each other.
There you go.
And Miranda Monday, networking, managing, and killing raccoons. It's amazing skill that she's got. You never know what she's going to have.
And it's on video.
It's on video. Poor little raccoon was just trying to survive and kick him in the face and shit. Anyway, make sure to get a hold of Miranda Monday for managing, networking, connections. She speaks to a lot of artists, a lot of managers, a lot of connections there. Reach out if you guys want to get on the show.
Yep.
Anything in between, just make sure to get a hold of Miranda Monday.
Or if you're somebody that you want to see somebody on the show.
Yes, I did leave that out. If you guys know an artist that you'd like to see interviewed, get a hold of us. And we love talking to you guys, man. Hit up all of our social media, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, any of those things. You reach out. We love to communicate with our fans and any future artists. Just reach out and get a hold of us.
Absolutely. I do want to give a shout out to One World Media. Fuck, it's been so long.
I know. I noticed. I was a little worried about that.
We gotta, oh my God.
All right.
You did good. You practiced, didn't you?
Oh yeah, always in the
In the
in
mirror.
in the mirror with my banana hammock. I practice on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We just lost the last viewers. Son of a bitch. I thought the banana hammock was going to work.
No. No banana.
Hey, you can find that pic on OnlyFans. $10.99 for the first image, $5 each additional image. Call me.
WhatsApp him.
So, all right, man, it was a great
Great-
night,
that-
great
I
interview.
love that. That
Kendall
was
was
awesome.
awesome. I'm really, really excited about what they got going on. I can't wait to see his new music.
I know.
That's really good. That song was
Yes.
really great. Letter to Heaven, guys. Make sure if you haven't seen on us, get on YouTube. Follow
watch
his
it.
links.
Yep.
He's got shows coming
And it
with a
doesn't-
lot of great artists. He needs to drop the music. I'm not saying it like
now.
he's listening. He
Like
gets
now. Like now.
so
And it doesn't cost anything to share. You know?
it just click. Sharing is caring.
It
Ask the Care
is.
Bears.
Yes, it is. And even if
Actually, you know what? There's probably a lot of viewers that don't know the Care Bears. So never mind. Screw the Bears. Which I had
The
bears.
Bears.
Yesterday, I had bears in the trash cans outside in Gatlinburg.
that is hilarious.
So anyway,
So yeah.
So, guys-
we are back up and running.
yeah.
So every Monday night we should be good to go and just keep right on pushing through.
Keep on pushing. So, guys, you've all hated a Monday once or twice in your life.
Let Monday love you. See you guys.